What is up, guys? It is Monday.
What up, guys?
Dude, it's springtime, man.
It's supposed to be spring.
Becoming spring?
Yeah.
It's becoming spring.
It's getting there.
It is in there. I am Dr. Justin Pearce. I'm here with Dr. Who do you want to be today?
I am Dr. Donald Miller today.
Today.
Here at Millpond Integrative Health and Wellness.
Yeah, and today we want to talk about the top 4 causes of neuropathy, and also, I guess the question is, can it be reversed? Can it be fixed? This is a disease, dude, we already know where.
Here it says top 5.
Well, here it
So
says top 4.
Is it top 4 or top 5?
We'll throw in a bonus. How about that? The
Number
person who
bonus.
was writing it did not pay attention. That's okay.
She did not.
So we'll make one up.
Neuropathy. What's neuropathy?
Neuropathy is it's a chronic disease that people struggle with, and it literally affects and changes your whole entire life.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
Imagine not being able to. You're sitting in the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth, you're getting ready for the day, and you have no idea whether the floor is hot, the floor is cold, whether you're stepping on a Lego, whether you're on fire, you have no idea because you just literally can't feel your feet.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Okay, oh, that's good. I'm glad it went there. So, yeah, so neuropathy, guys, there's over 100 known causes of peripheral neuropathy. So, it's pain, it's tingling, it's numbness, it's burning. People with neuropathy feel like their feet are swollen, it feels like there's rubber bands around their feet. When we have patients describe their sensations to us, how it's feeling, it's amazing how it can be numb, but extremely painful at the same time. Yeah. I had a guy come in here the other day, he had a horse standing on his foot and had no idea.
I know. I also had somebody, and where I was going out with that original story was like, this person says, I went into my room, my bathroom, and I was mad. I was like getting ready, and I was like pissed off because like the floor was like rugged, and I was like, I gotta replace the whole floor. Then then I took a second to say, oh, wait a second. I haven't felt the floor in a long time, and it's pretty cool. Like, I'm getting sensation back in my feet. Yep. That is life-changing. We take that for granted because you can feel the ground. You can feel your feet. You have feeling in your hands and your feet. Other people don't, so it's hard to understand like what it really is and how it affects you. But.
Yeah, and this affects so many people. And unfortunately, what people are told, you go to your neurologist because typically you go to your GP, you're getting pain in your feet, and they say, well, we got to send you to a neurologist. You go to the neurologist. Maybe they run some nerve conduction studies, maybe they don't, but at the end of the day, they're going to want to do things like put you on Neurontin, gabapentin. When those stop working or if those aren't effective, then they'll put you on more, stronger drugs like Lyrica, Cymbalta.
Right, because then they just tell you it's in your freaking head. Dude, it's in your head. Like, that's the only way. We just drug you up and give you, what is the one where the commercial is like this? And then they wind him up, and then he's going again. Is that Cymbalta maybe or something?
Right, yeah.
But it's like...
they make it look real good on the commercial.
Oh, they make it look great, except for the whole 30 seconds of the commercial is like, the side effects may include explosive diarrhea, you'll never have sex again, you're still not going to feel your feet, and like a bunch of other things. You're like, well, it's worth a shot. Because you have no hope, though, right?
Well, that's what they say. It's like it's going to get worse with time, because that's one thing about neuropathy, unfortunately. It's a progressive disease, so once it starts, you're going to see it get worse over time. They're going to tell you that there's not a whole lot you can do about it, and then you just got to learn to live with it. So, a lot of people love coming in here because we give them hope. Because, guys, there's things you can do about neuropathy. Regardless of what the cause is, the mechanism of injury is very much the same. So, it starts off as a nerve problem, so your nerves become sick for different reasons that we're going to talk about, right? But your nerves become sick. But guys, listen, nerves control everything, right? So it becomes more of a neurovascular problem because the nerves control the blood flow. If you don't get blood into the tissues, that's what produces all this pain and tingling and numbness. You'll see discolorations. The reason why people lose toes and lose feet and lose limbs is not necessarily because the nerves are sick, but because there's a lack of blood flow, right? And so you get a blister, you get a cut, you get an ingrown toenail, something very minor, but because the blood is what brings the nutrients to your tissues to heal and takes away the metabolic waste, being the infections, the bacteria, if that's not happening, you can't heal. Now infection sets in, and guess what? They got to cut out the infection. So if that infection's in your toe, bye-bye toes. Infection's in the foot, bye-bye foot, right? So, the worst thing you can do is do nothing about your condition and just deal with the pain, or even worse, cover that pain up with a drug because now you think everything's okay, but yet you're still going to lose toes and limbs because the problem's not being addressed. So again, guys, it's a chronic disease, but there is things you can do about it. I think we'll get a little bit more into that later in the week as far as treatments and what we do, because guys, we've got an amazing neuropathy program that helps so many people here around, not only just around our community, but people all around the country. So we'll dive more into that later this week.
How many more toes do you have to lose? How many more drugs do you have to take before you think enough is enough? Before you gotta freaking do something different. If you want something different, and that's what we want to share with you. So today, again, let's talk about the causes. Most people know that they have it, but maybe they don't understand what caused it. And so hopefully we can shed some light on that. So cause number one, diabetes.
Diabetes.
Most diabetics have neuropathy.
A lot of diabetics have neuropathy, and this is the scary thing. You go through, you're diagnosed with diabetes, but it's managed, right? Oh, my sugar's been good. They've never been outside, the controlled range. My doctor says I'm doing great, and then next thing you know, you develop neuropathy, or you have a heart attack, or your vision's starting to go because you have retinal neuropathy. So guys, even if your diabetes is so-called controlled, the disease process is still there. So even if a medication's keeping your blood sugars in a good range, it's just a matter of time before you reach the complications of the disease, because again, the medication does nothing to get the disease under control. So diabetes it causes so many other health issues. I mean, if you know diabetics, if you're a diabetic yourself, I mean, diabetes, because it's a metabolic disorder, you can't cut somebody open and take out their diabetes, right? Because diabetes is it's multitude of different dysfunctions in the body that's leading to the inability of controlling high blood sugar, or to controlling blood sugar. So all of those dysfunctions in your body are going to lead to other symptoms. Now, the high blood sugar itself, yes, that complicates issues as well, and that's what's going to start burning those nerve endings and lead to neuropathy. So,
fix the diabetes.
Absolutely, got to address the diabetes.
And it's not just like the pills that they share and sell you on TV or Facebook or YouTube or whatever. There is no pill that's going to fix neuropathy. There is no pill that's going to fix diabetes. What caused those problems? Again, that's where testing gets so important. What caused your issues?
Yep.
Maybe it was an infection in your gut. Maybe it was inflammation somewhere. But you have to find out what caused it and get to the root cause of things, which makes a lot of sense.
And guys, I don't care if you're on insulin. I don't care if you're taking 5 shots a day. You've already lost some toes. I mean, we see that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, guys, a lot of times we're the last resort. So we see the worst of the worst. So it's never too late. If you want to get quality of life back, I'm telling you guys, it's just never too late. So.
Quality. Number 2, B12 deficiency. There's a lot of people with B12. I get B12 shots and I take all the supplements. It's like, maybe you should just have a bad diet. Maybe you should change that first. And start absorbing some things in your gut and eating, real grass-fed meats and other things where we can actually get B12 from, rather than just taking it over the counter or supplements,
yep.
Whatever it may be. But talk about B12.
Well, because more times than not, it's an absorption issue. Yep. It's not that you're not getting the B12 into your system; it's that you're not absorbing it. Yep. And so, by going to the doctor and getting a B12 shot every week or every month or twice a year, whatever it is, again, that's not fixing the problem. And so. A lot of times, so fatigue, did your doc check your B12? No, but I'm fatigued, so I'm taking B12 shots. Guys, you can have too much B12, right? You can have too much B vitamins. So things need to be tested properly. If you're getting treatment for something and it's not being tested, freaking run from that doctor. Like, they don't know what the hell they're doing and they're making you sicker most likely, right? But B12, your nerves need these vitamins for normal function. So as you start to deplete these vitamins in your body, the what's called the myelin sheath. So it's like the conductor on the outside of your power cord, right? That orange conductor, that protecting layer. That's what allows the signals to transmit over your nerves. So if that conductor starts to deteriorate, now the signals can't travel over your nerves efficiently. And again, it's going to cause neuropathy. So, just decreased nerve function, which again kind of goes down that road we just talked about, turns to a blood flow issue. And that's when you get everything from pain, numbness, tingling, balance issues. All those things can come from neuropathy. So you need B vitamins. And that's why the next thing we're going to talk about, this activity depletes B vitamins from your body.
What could it be? What could it be?
Alcoholism. Yep, guys. So drinking alcohol will deplete your body from essential vitamins. That's why you see like alcoholics. They got that discolored nose, right? That's what their toes look like. So when the nerve endings become sick, it causes blood flow issues, and so you start to get lack of blood flow, lack of oxygen, and that's the appearance that you get. But again, what else is it doing to the inside, right? I mean, you can handle a little bit of pain in your feet maybe, but what else is it doing? What's it doing to your liver? What's it doing to your kidneys, your stomach, your spleen? I mean, long-term effects of a lot of alcohol, completely detrimental. And the thing is usually it's all good, and then man, just hits you. And then you start to get fatty liver and cirrhosis, and once that starts happening, guys, it's all downhill. But yes, neuropathy, a major side effect of alcohol consumption. If that's what's causing your neuropathy, we cannot help you if you're not willing to give up the alcohol. We won't even try, because you'll be like a hamster in a wheel, going nowhere very quickly.
You've got to make decisions. If your lifestyle, if your quality of life is not where it should be because of a disease process, and something like alcohol is holding you from your grandkids, from your kids, from vacationing, from enjoying retirement, freaking give it up. Like, are you that miserable that you have to drink alcohol all the time? Well, sometimes they say yes. And that's the answer again. There is no hope for you. You can't be helped if you don't want to be helped. But if you want, guys, these diseases, and the best way to cure these diseases is to never get them in the first place.
Yes.
So what are you doing right now today to make sure that you're not sick tomorrow? I'm healthy, I eat right, and I exercise. Okay, well, is that what health is? Because I know a lot of people that eat right and eat well and exercise, and they dropped dead at 40 after running a marathon. They're in better shape than I am, they eat better than I am, yet they were not healthy, although society said they were healthy. Had somebody in here today, she's like, my husband had a heart attack this weekend. They're like, well, he eats right and exercises. We have no idea why. I was like, well, maybe he wasn't healthy. Just because you do what everyone thinks is right and healthy, you could have been eating broccoli all day long. If you're allergic to broccoli, you're killing yourself. But the only way to know if you're healthy is to test, and to test properly, not your CBC, not your yearly physical, not the crap that they give you to make sure that they don't need to give you more drugs and medications. It's crazy, guys. Again, you want something different, you gotta freaking do something about it. Don't just wait.
Yep. The testing that they do for disease management versus the testing we do to find out what the cause of the disease, night and day.
Yep.
Night and day.
Maybe the top three. There's number 4. Chemo, radiation. A lot of chemo-induced neuropathy stuff you see.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It is tough.
Cancer's a tough thing in general, right? And we can do a whole thing on cancer, because the reality is like, do you have to have chemo and radiation if you have cancer? No.
But if you don't, they scare you to the point to where...
But they scare the holy everything out of you. And they make it so that you just have to do it. And listen, it's not right or wrong. Guys, we're not saying that it was the right thing or the wrong thing. But nonetheless, did you figure out what caused the cancer in the first place? Because just getting rid of cancer doesn't fix the fact that you're probably going to get it again because it's still there. Just because you killed your good cells and your bad cells doesn't mean it's not going to come back if you don't change your lifestyle.
Yep.
So how do we treat, or how do we, what's the deal with chemo and radiation and neuropathy?
Well, again, that's why, again, we go back to the Swiss watch principle. Is it even effective in killing cancer? Yes. What's the success rate as far as the cancer going away and staying away? Like less than 3% is the research that I read. So, so 3% at best, it's going to kill the cancer. It's going to be successful. But again, the Swiss watch principle, what's this doing to everything else in your body? We had a friend that she had cancer so bad, she had cancer everywhere through her system. And so they did this treatment, which is just a horrific sounding treatment. But what they did is they cut her open from her pubic bone all the way up to basically like the bottom of her neck. And they did what's called a hot chemo treatment. And they poured hot chemo after they took out several organs that had cancer in it. And mind you, we're talking about a 35, 36-year-old lady. And then they had a nurse on each side of her, and they rocked her back and forth manually for like an hour so that chemo could circulate through her system. and kill all the chemo. And so, and again, they're like, well, you know, it's 50-50. We don't know the side effects. We don't know what it's going to do. But again, guys, I mean, it just sounds so damn barbaric. And it's kind of like the surgeries that we see with these spinal surgeries. We see people come in and, I mean, guys, you can't be cut to health. You can't be drugged to health. You know, there's no lotion and potion that's going to just make you healthy. It just doesn't exist. You got to have a different outlook on overall health to, you know, cancer and how it came in the first place. And, you know, if you can stop why it came in the first place, then, you know, even if the chemo kills the cancer, if you don't fix the problem, why wouldn't it come back? Why wouldn't it come back? But yes, the chemotherapy, the treatments, the radiation, you know, I mean, these chemicals, they get inside of you, and you know, they're neurotoxins. You know, they really, really affect nervous system function, especially the peripheral nerves. Anything that affects nerve function can cause neuropathy. Artificial sweeteners, guys, Splenda, Sweet and Low, aspartame. You consume those, you're asking for a neurological condition.
Wait. Because I have diabetes, and that's what my diabetes doctor told me to use. He wouldn't give me neuropathy, would he?
Oh man, it's so true though. So look, it's not just your doc. I mean, you go to American Diabetes Association website, and all their desserts, it's got like 6 and 7 packets of equal in these desserts. Because it doesn't cause an immediate glucose spike, it's okay for your diabetes. But the long-term effects are obesity, neurodegeneration, right? Just all these crazy things that it's going to cause long-term, but in the moment, it won't cause a sugar spike.
Yeah.
So you should do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Keep you sick, keep you sick, keep you sick. That is healthcare today, guys. That is healthcare today. So listen, those are the top 4 causes. There are many other causes.
Over 100 known causes.
Yeah.
And you know, and the thing is now, what we see more often than not is they come in. And, well, my doc said it's idiopathic. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty.
What did that idiot say?
That sounds pretty intelligent. Idiopathic. So that means that they don't know.
I mean, doctor-induced.
That's doctor
that's
induced.
something else.
I mean, but yeah, there's drug interactions, you know, antibiotic interactions. Had a gal in here a couple weeks ago, 12 hours after an antibiotic, full-blown neuropathy in arms and legs. But it was a coincidence. It was a coincidence. It had nothing to do with medication. But yeah, what was I saying? Diabetes. What were we saying? Brain fart.
I guess diabetes.
Squirrel.
Join me for your webinar.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's Monday.
If you got neuropathy,
Number bonus.
on Wednesday, we're going to talk about some of the potential ways that you can reverse neuropathy, because you do not have to suffer with this for life. There are many ways that you can drive blood flow into different areas where you can actually help regenerate nerves. Yeah. So everybody's signing up for that one. I want to be there on Wednesday. Fasting girth, yeah. If you saw that last week. But anyways, if you're struggling with neuropathy on a serious note, just reach out to us. Reach out to us on Facebook. Ask us questions. We'd love to chat with you about what's going on. Try to help you find out like really what caused it, so that we can put a plan of action together to help you get well and not stay sick. So also make sure you write questions. We want to know questions for Friday. So that we can make sure we get those answered for you guys. What do you want to know? What are you thinking about? What do you have questions about? And we've had a couple come in that we'll make sure we answer. But other than that, enjoy your week.
Yeah, have a great week. Spring is here.
Spring is here.
Enjoy the warm weather if you're getting it. Or not. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday.